like certain dreams are just basically like a movie that's been cast and performed within your mind from beings within the spiritual realm. And that's because like within the spiritual realm, if you seeing within the spiritual realm, you don't see that. You don't see dreams, you don't see movies, you see a reality that's beyond reality. You start to see things from a whole different perspective. And to be able to see within the spiritual realm, you have to believe and accept what it is when you see it. You know, the conscious and unconscious mind, because we've been in this physical flesh for so long, it's very hard for it to accept the spiritual mind, because things are totally different. You know, things are totally more. They're totally more. Like within your dream, in your dreams, you could be doing what anything. You can fly in your dreams. You can jump high in your dreams. You have power of 1,000 men in your dreams. Like a dream is any movie you can think of being created, because it's just your imagination. You know. So these beings create these movies for us to peek into their spiritual realm, to try to get you. It's a border, it's a bridge to connect you into it. And when you're just seeing the spiritual, you're accepting it. You're accepting it. You have to accept it like a child accepts this physical realm. Because when a baby is born, you know this. When a baby is born, it has to accept its reality from the eyes that it perceives. A baby accepts its reality from the eyes and what it perceives from its eyes. And that's how a baby learns. That's how a baby learns to walk. That's how a baby learns to talk. That's how a baby learns. It observes and it just accepts it. For you to go into any higher planes within any existence, within any realm, you first have to accept it. You have to accept what you're seeing, accept what you're hearing, understand what you're tasting, feeling. It's the whole process of learning. And when we go to sleep, we are no longer here. We are in the invisible, because sleep is invisible. You don't know that you're necessarily doing it until you're done doing it, really, or you come conscious enough to know when you are doing it. That's when you can open up in your dream, and you can control yourself with the avatar within your dream. Have you ever been a dream before and you just like, yo, I know I'm dreaming, but I'm gonna move my character, and you start doing things within your dream. You can't wake up because you're still within your dream, but you know you're awake. That's when you're being spiritually that's when you're conscious of who you are outside of just this physical reality. And that's a hard concept to grasp, because like, to be in both places at once, you have to accept both places at once. Yet when you go to one or the other, when you go to the greater, you no longer want to accept the former, because the former is what we are at right now, but the greater is so great, you don't want to accept that to come back here, because you feel a true shalom, a true peace in the spiritual realm that you never can experience here in this physical one. And I don't even know if you forget how to accept it, or you're not allowed to accept it, within that spiritual realm. Yet I know for sure you don't want to accept anything. You don't want to accept losing that peace that you just gained when you go into that spiritual realm. That desire is so innate. That desire is hard to grasp. Unless you're sent back and forth. It's when you sent back and forth, and you had to be sent to certain ones that accept it too. A link has to be formed. So I say all that to say that, your dream, the one you had in regards to my mother and my brother and I. Well, you said she was, Nate, at a barrier, a gate, a portal, Nate, and she was in Shalom. She was in a lot of peace. Just, Nate, a serenity, words you can't really describe. You felt it. You felt the feeling she was feeling because you was right along that gap, that bridge. We was all on the same bridge, but we just couldn't cross over. We couldn't peek over yet. We was looking over, but we couldn't cross over into it. But you get so close to it, you feel it. So you felt that, and when you felt it, it is peace, but it's more than that. That word doesn't really describe it because I felt it so many times as well. But it's a true blissful feeling, like I'm okay. And that word, when you say I'm just fine, that type of thing, it's something you have to experience. And when you experience it, you just like, I'm cool, Nate. This is just where it's at, type of thing. The joy is unbelievable. Maybe a word, maybe joy can say it. So when you saw her, and that's a feeling, but because you felt that, it's hard to feel everything within the spiritual at once, all the senses, because they combine it to one. So she's talking, we are listening, but you can't decipher what's going on because, again, accepting everything that you are seeing, accepting the impossible is possible. That is a hard thing. So what you were seeing doesn't need to be interpreted. It's just a matter of fact of just accepting what you saw. And that's how you cross over into those planes. But, just we have to be aware of what we are accepting. Because we could accept the wrong desires and it could cross us over to a plane too. Because that plane that you cross over to is, one of joy. And it's a great place to solve on woe there too. Because fallen ones, the ones that they're wickedly, they're within that realm being captive in a portion of it. Yet that whole feeling of the impossibleness is there too, because it's totally different from here. But it's just the darker energy of it. That's mystical, it's magical, it's a whole new world, a whole new land. It's beautiful in a terrific, soulful, scary way. But it's nothing to be afraid because within that same realm is the great purity of light, the great all parent, and it's captive there because of that great purity. So though that realm kind of coexists more so with this physical one, it's more so akin to that than it's a joyous one. Think of portal, think of gap space. Yeah, yeah.